Good afternoon. This is the regular monthly meeting of the Education Outreach and Training Committee of the Sunshine Task Force. I'm Sue Cawthon, the chair. To my right is Member Doyle Johnson, and to his right is Member Hanley Chan. So can we go to the first order of business?
The first order of business is the roll call. Madam Chair, Member Cawthon.
Here.
Cawthon present. Member Chan. Chan present. Member Johnson.
Here.
Johnson present. Madam Chair, we have a quorum.
Okay. Member Manet is out of the country, and Member Williams is out of town. Are there any agenda changes?
There are no agenda changes, Madam
Okay.
Chair.
Then we read the first order of business.
Our first item is the adoption of March 11, 2010 meeting minutes.
Okay. I assume everybody had a chance to look them over, so I'll just wait for a motion. Second.
Member Chan, could you use the microphone, please?
Okay, roll call.
I make a motion to approve the minutes.
Okay, and Doyle Johnson seconded. Sorry? Was there any public? Well, there's no member of the public here, but we will
I'll just
call
say
for.
it anyways.
There is a member of the public somewhere? Well, then we will call for public. Sorry?
Madam Chair, you need to mention it.
I need to
Just
talk.
say it anyways. Say it anyways.
And so we are calling for public comment. Seeing none, we will vote on the motion to approve the minutes.
On the motion, Member Chan.
Aye.
Chan, aye. Member Johnson.
Aye.
Johnson, aye. Member Cawthon.
Aye.
Cawthon, aye. Madam Chair, we have 3 ayes.
Okay, the motion carries. Well, we can. I was thinking that former member Doug Comstock would be here because we need to talk about the Sunshine Awards, and so maybe we'll just take number 2, and then if he comes, we can go on to the Sunshine Awards. So could we have number 2, please?
Item number 2 is the outreach for Sunshine presentations, including amendments.
Okay. Well, you know, I'm just looking at the nomenclature for the agenda item. So, one of the things I said I wrote a draft for the annual report, and I said that we would look forward to presenting the amendments to civic groups once the amendments are decided on. Are you passing around the annual? Yeah. Chair Nee asked each committee chair to submit a draft annual report. So you want to have a look at them before we go on? You want to have a look? Did I email them to you? Anybody get these by email?
I arrived in town late last night.
Did you get these by email, Hanley?
Invite for?
Huh?
For?
The annual report draft?
No, I didn't.
You didn't? Okay, I sent them to you. You got it, right? Oh, obviously you got it. Okay, well, just look them over quickly and see if there's anything that immediately comes to mind that you might want to change. We'll change handout to flyer for you, for your thing, Doyle. Oof, oof, oof. And Mr. Reston was also invited to give us his thoughts. Okay. Anybody have any? I have comments. I can go over these things indefinitely. When they're in print and in book form, I still am editing them in my head. So I just wanted to mention the bold print is not meant to be bold print. I don't know if there's some easy way to change that into regular type. Is there a way to do that, Chris? So paragraph 3 should be regular typeface, except for outreach should be in bold and all caps. Paragraph 4 should be in regular typeface, and paragraph 5, the first 5 words should be in regular type.
I can make the correction.
And then paragraph 11 over on page 2, which begins the Education Outreach and Training Committee. That should not be in bold type. That should be in regular type either also. Then I saw something else after I wrote this. Under education, that's the third line, third graph from the bottom on page 1. I would have that first sentence read, in pursuing our charge to transmit the principles of open government to the public, the committee was effective in 2 areas. The only reason I changed it is that I used the word fronts in the first paragraph. And my other change would be to put on page 2, the first paragraph, line 2, right in the middle, change compact full color flyer, handout to flyer. How do you spell flyer? F-L-Y-E-R, F-L-I-E-R?
Why?
F-L-I?
Why?
Why? Okay, that's what I put. Anybody else have any thoughts? I know this is pushing this on you really fast, but you could think of it between now and the Sunshine meeting. I'm sure it'll come up, and just if you think of things to put in. Mr.
This is for last year, right?
What?
This is last year's one. Okay.
What I did was I went over the agendas beginning in January of 2009 and went up to the present.
Okay.
And I just tried to remember everything that we had done. So if somebody thinks of something I forgot, I know we had something recently with the Arts Commission, but I'm not sure. Oh, I did put that in. But there are some agencies that, you know, they came and they, like that guy from the mayor's office came and he was mad that he was here, and he said he felt he'd complied already, so we didn't know why he was here, so I didn't put him in.
Okay.
But if anybody can think of somebody we should add, somebody we should delete. Does anybody know, is Shanty the same as the what is that called? The SFHIV
HIVs.
Health Services Planning Council?
I think they are different.
Shanti's completely different.
Sorry?
Shanti's different.
Shanti's different. Okay, so we put them both. It makes us look better. Anything else?
How about adding the outreach to the newspapers
Where's that?
to include it?
I'm sorry, I'm not hearing you.
To include the outreach to the newspapers.
Adding, okay, what, putting what? Adding, what do we add?
The radio stations and the newspapers.
Oh,
Did that happen
okay.
this year, though, or last year?
Well, I have an update this year, but I'll save it for a little bit later, right?
Like plans include,
Oh, yeah.
so that next year you can follow up on this one. and
So
say,
where would you
yes, I
put
did
that?
this.
Where would you want to put it?
At the very end.
I mean, I would put it before, before the third paragraph from the end, which reads the education, because then the third paragraph from the end said we need an attorney here, and the second paragraph from the end says we need an informed representative. So before those 2 paragraphs, I could say we have also. Well, we do say earlier that we have made contact with the media. Where is that? I don't want to be repetitive.
Actually,
Oh,
we,
In paragraph 2, sentence 3, we contacted San Francisco media to acquaint with them open government issues. You think we should expand that and say what media we contacted? Okay, well, who wants to expand it?
I can expand it using the information in the agenda.
On the agenda? Okay, so where would you put it?
Before the fourth paragraph of the,
So which paragraph would you put it after?
before the paragraph in bold on page 2.
Chris, I'm having a terrible time understanding you. I'm sorry. Where would you put it?
On page 2,
Before the third paragraph in the bottom,
that's correct.
and say
Media outlets include.
say it again.
Media outlets
Okay.
include, and add the names.
Okay. The media media outlets we contacted include media.
I think it was, we were planning to contact them in 2009.
We
and then at the start of the beginning in 2010, that's when everything came into foundation.
I could share some of my, I guess, accomplished things that I did. Actually, last month I was in a Chinese radio station talking about sunshine,
Okay.
and yeah, a lot of Asian, especially the Chinese community, really don't understand sunshine.
So
And-
why don't we?
But I did an outreach and
But-
taught.
So let's make a list of all the ones.
But Member
you wanna
Chan, that
include.
is in 2010.
Yeah,
This
it'll
is
be on there.
You wanna say-
2009.
9. Okay.
What do you say? Sing Tao.
No, this is another. It's 1400 a.m.
Okay.
That's in 8
Media
o'clock.
outlets we contacted included 1400 a.m., a Chinese language station.
Yeah.
Okay, comma, a Chinese language station. Then Marjorie contacted
Kepu.
KPU and KPEH.
PEH.
Are they black stations or African American stations, or do we need to say that? KPEH. Then we can just pick up.
Madam Chair, those are the stations that we contacted in 2010. The report is about 2009.
Who did we contact in 2010? Who were we contacting in 2000?
I have
Well,
no idea.
do we have to make a distinction between?
I
mean,
wasn't even.
That's ahead of us, but I mean, do we have to make a distinction between?
In
who we-
2009, we made a plan to start contacting local newspapers and radio stations and see what we could do to further awareness of sunshine, which is what brought up the flyer, the whole issue of flyering. It was approved in 2009.
Okay.
It was accomplished at the beginning in January
Okay.
2010.
I wasn't here in 2009. Were you here in 2009?
Yes.
EOT? Okay.
Were you on the committee in
No.
December?
December, I think.
He was, and he went
December.
off, and then he came back.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think you were on here for a while, and then you came back.
The last portion.
So in December
Last
of
month.
2009, you came back and started to make plans also to reach a different or contact the Chinese demographic and start doing that. And then in 2010, at the beginning of it, since it's just the one third through it, you actually accomplished it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. 2010. Let's put that.
What I would suggest is that this paragraph before the third paragraph in the bottom, media outlets we contacted include 1400 AM, a Chinese language station, KPU and KPEH, comma, and then pick up the media outlets under number 3. Central City Extra, West Side Observer, SF Bayview, Viz Valley Grapevine, Sun Reporter, Castro Courier, Haight Ashbury Beat, Richmond Review, and Sunset Beacon, and say we intend to follow up with these entities in 2010. Okay? Okay, wait a minute. Enter names under number 3, and we intend to follow up with these groups and others, with these entities, and others in 2010. Okay? Okay, is anything else?
Looks good, Madam Chair. Looks good.
Okay. Yeah, I think it's good. I think it's comprehensive. Well, thank you all. Then we can just go on to the next item. If you send that to me, oh, yeah?
You need to call for public comment.
Oh, sorry. Is there any public comment on the EOTC report? Seeing none, then we will go on to the next item. But Mr. Rustum, can you send me, after you've inserted that paragraph, can you send it to me and I'll send it to Member Nee? Send it back to you and Member Nee.
I'll send it to you tomorrow, Madam Chair.
Okay, great. Okay.
Item number 3 is the results of contact with neighborhood newspaper editors.
Okay. Well, I heard from Marjorie. She left a message on my tape saying that she had contacted all these people under number 3, that the SF Bayview, the Sun Reporter, and KPOO and KPEH, and she is waiting for action. But I think that when she's here in a meeting, we'll ask her to contact them again and follow up. I think that's the best way to. I mean, as a journalist myself, I know that if a public relations person calls me and asks if I have everything I need, and again sends the promo, you're more likely to look at it again and reconsider it. So, I'll contact Central City Extra again. West Side Observer already told me, that's Doug Comstock's paper. They already told me I could do a 300-word piece. And I have the Castro Courier in my purse, that guy's name. I never did. Andy, do you want to contact him, or shall I contact him, Joya?
The one
There's
owns all. Which one?
His name is Andy, the Castro Courier guy. I happen to have a little piece of paper in my.
I contacted him,
Yeah.
and then I gave him your information.
Okay. So I never did hear from him, but maybe I should contact him and say, would you like a 300-word article on Sunshine?
Because I contacted him and told him about to look on the website for the proposed amendments, but then the SF Guardian took up that article.
Okay.
So maybe now he would be interested.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to make a note to myself to.
I want to make a note that I'll be contacting Western Edition newspaper.
Okay.
I know the CEO of Western Edition newspaper.
Castro. Okay. What's the name of it?
What's that?
What's the name of the paper?
Western Edition newspaper.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah, that's in the Fillmore district.
Oh, I know that paper.
Yeah, it's
What is it called? It's called the Fillmore or something, isn't it?
No, it's called the Western Edition newspaper.
Okay. Western Edition newspaper. Okay. Weren't you going to talk to the Polk Neighborhood Association? Was that you?
The Low Polk?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to get a hold of my contact got a new job.
Okay.
So he's kind of slow. So
Okay.
I'm trying to get a hold of him.
I talked to some guy who's the Mission Dolores Development Association. He just received received historic status for one of his projects. So maybe I could contact him and say, by the way, how I congratulated him on this, and said to him, or maybe I can say, how would you like a little article on Sunshine? Dolores, what's it called? Mission Dolores Neighborhood Association, ASSN. Mission Dolores. Okay. All right. And you're going to do Lower Polk, and Coalition of SF Neighborhoods is me. I think they might want us to, do something pretty soon.
Okay.
What about the Shelter Monitoring Committee? Have they gotten their quorum yet? No?
Bernice Casey said she would contact me once they have quorum.
Is her name Kathleen?
Bernice Casey.
Oh, yeah, maybe you could follow up with her and see how, because I saw them go before the Rules Committee, and they had a couple of nominees, and I think they were appointed. Let's see, Council of District Merchants, that's also a possibility for me, unless somebody else wants to do it. Doyle, do you want to do it?
If you forward me the information, yeah.
Huh?
Can you forward me the information?
Just Google them.
Okay, who is it?
Council of District Merchants, and I think the head of it is a guy named Jim Maxwell.
Okay.
And if you talk to Jim Maxwell, you can use my name, because he knows me. Okay.
What's it called? Coalition of what?
Council of District Merchants, yeah. We once made it.
Association, or I mean, I never
Yeah,
heard of
it's an umbrella group for all of the business groups throughout the city, for a bunch of business groups. We once did a presentation to the Sunset Business Association. Okay, Doyle is Council of District Merchants. Council of District Merchants. Merchants. I mean, I think that's enough for now. If we all do Haight-Ashbury Beat at some point, Richmond Review at some point, Sunset Beacon. Actually, the person who does Richmond Review can also can kill two birds with one stone, because the same guy owns both the Richmond Review and the Sunset Beacon. Okay. So, media outreach. So do we want to go on then to number, do you have any ideas, Mr. Rustum, to add to this? Okay.
No,
Go
Madam
on to
Chair.
number 4.
Number 4 is the Sunshine Award, scheduled press release and discussion.
Okay. Well, I had thought Mr. Comstock would be here and could give us some guidance, because I wrote down a bunch of things we need to do. I thought it would sail through the So what we need to do is change the dates, obviously. We need to figure out whose name is going to be within the release. We need to decide if we want an Eclipse Award or not, and we need to talk about whether, getting some other people outside our group to make recommendations. So do you guys have any thoughts?
I thought we already decided on the Eclipse Award.
On what?
On the Eclipse.
Well, we
Last
did,
COT we
but
had
you weren't at the last meeting. Rick Nee is opposed to it. Who else is opposed to it? Goldman is. See, there are 5 of us, so that if we all go in with the United Front, we've got 5. We only need one more vote to pass it. But since Suzanne's not here and Marjorie's not here, we only have 3 people. So who else was opposed to the Eclipse vote?
All right, Member Craven?
Member Craven?
Green, yeah.
Member Craven. Member
Craven, Rich, and
Huh?
Craven, Nee, and
Goldman.
Goldman. And did Washburn say anything?
No.
Because she said something to me. She said she thought it was the whole thing was a great idea.
Yeah, the one thing is this. It's a new thing. It's a splash. It's something that I bet you the newspaper will grab and say, hey, yeah, it's noticeability. You know, sunshine is pardon my French, but it's a dead goose.
Right.
It is. We need something to liven up.
Absolutely.
Tell the city, say, hey, we're serious.
Right.
Sunshine is serious, and we take it seriously.
Right.
And this thing is just something that I think a lot of people will enjoy, and it's like, wow, you know, interesting, a learning thing for everyone.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think this is a
Try it, right? Pilot program.
I think it's
Come
a
on.
great idea to bring attention to sunshine. My question would be, do we want to go ahead with the Eclipse Award? If we've got Craven and Nee and Goldman who won't know, I mean, I don't know. You had some thoughts about that. What do you think, Chris?
I think the committee has made up its mind to what they want to do.
This committee?
Yes.
Okay.
And all we need to do is get an agenda item on the,
Right.
and
Rick's-
then discuss it fully there.
Rick said he would put it on.
Yes.
So is this group still decided that we still want an Eclipse Award?
I say, yeah, honor what we, we voted on, and when it goes to the full task force,
We need
then
more people.
We will have a vote.
Yeah, we need a full task force to actually.
Right, okay. Well, I'm willing to go along with you.
Yeah, I'm willing to do it.
But
Going
just
all the way.
be there at the task force meeting and speak in favor of the reason why we think an Eclipse Award is a good idea. I think, what did Craven say? I forget. That, you know,
I guarantee we'll get 3.
you
to vote
guarantee
no.
we'll get 3 more votes?
No, 3 to vote no. But
You
the
guarantee
one
we'll
thing
get
is-
3 to vote no, but can we get 3 more to vote yes? I mean, if
that's why I don't know.
Suzanne won't be there. Marjorie may be there until she'll vote yes, so that's 4, so we need 2 more.
I think anything is possible. We can't. It's all speculation. It may not be at a full task force, so we may get 3 votes against 3 votes. It may be tied. Someone who would be voting no may not show up also, and this way would go the other way.
I got a question. The Sunshine Posse, right? Well, what's their?
I sent an email to Chemo, whom I know, and I said,
Is that a good idea
We'd
for
like you
them?
to get involved, and I didn't hear back from him. Does anybody else know Chemo? Want to send him an email? Do you want to send him an email, Hanley?
Yeah, I'll send them an email.
Okay, you can get his email address from Chris, and just send
Yeah.
him an email and say we're doing it.
They were here when we were talking about it, right? And they didn't say anything about it, right?
Peter Warfield said, I think I mentioned it, Chemo was here, but I don't think he said anything. But I sent him an email after that. When Peter Warfield was here, and he reminded us that he's a member of the posse also. So if somebody wants to send Peter Warfield an email, be my guest.
But did he say something in the meeting saying
Peter
that
only
he's
s-
okay about it or no? I think it's
only-
a terrible idea.
He only said that he was a member of the posse also, and he felt that he should have been mentioned when we talked about the posse. He didn't say whether he was for or against asking the posse to make a recommendation, but I would think, the posse would be interested in making a recommendation for the Eclipse Award. Well, you email
I'll do
Chemo.
that. I'll do
Okay,
that.
I'll put that down. So, SO Award, Hanley to email, Chemo. Okay, anybody want to email Peter Warfield? No, all right, hearing nobody, we will go on. Let's see. Now we need to change the dates. I have Rick Neese said he would put it on the agenda, and I asked him to put it on early. So could you remind him, or do you want me to remind him? Chris?
I can certainly put it on the agenda.
Huh?
When I send him the draft,
Just send him a draft and say that, reminder that, the EOTC would like this on the agenda and hopefully high on the agenda. And also maybe send an email to Doug. Do you know his email is Doug, C-O-M-Z, at what is it, at gmail.com?
I have the
Got it?
address, yes.
Okay. All right, now the dates. We're going to be talking about it at the April meeting of the task force. So let's just assume it's going to pass. They're going to go forward with it. So we'll be accepting nominations on our at our May meeting instead of our April meeting. And everything will, I don't know what date that is. Let's see. Do we need to know that now? Second, do you have anything handy? I can look in my date book. Okay, thank you. So it would be May, second Thursday of May is May 13th.
Through,
What other dates? So nominations will be closed at the end of the day on June, why did we say May 12th? Where am I? Okay, so nominations will be closed at the end of, so I'm on paragraph 2 of the handout. Nominations will be closed at the end of the day of, would that be June? We change that to the second, let's see, June 9th? June 9th, that means that we talk about, so it'll be beginning on at our May 13th meeting. We're going to accept nominations from the public. And nominations will be closed the day before our June meeting, so that would be June 9th. And we're going to decide on them at our June 10th meeting. Wait a minute. After the nominations are closed, the nominees will be invited to testify before the Education Outreach and Training Committee at its June 10th meeting. Should we change that to July 8th meeting? Doug Comstock was the one who put these dates in, so I'm just moving everything forward 1 month. But I mean, maybe I don't know if we need to do, I haven't really analyzed this. I mean,
I think there may be a deadline for, isn't there a deadline he was trying to get in?
well, I don't know if,
the,
what kind of a
Madam
deadline?
Chair, the feeling I got from the task force was that if you want to do it during Sunshine Week, which is at the end of March. So,
Well, no, that will be not until next year. That was, the only person who said that was Rick. Nobody else agreed to that. I mean, I think my feeling is if we're going to do it, we should do it right now. While we're all enthusiastic about it, why should we wait until next year? Why should we wait until 2011 to do it? What do you guys think?
I say start this year, yeah.
I think we should move forward with it right now.
Yeah.
I mean, so,
And then maybe next year it could just become a part of Sunshine Week.
next year during Sunshine Week, we can do it again. We can give another award. But I think that, so we can just say we'll start accepting nominations.
Madam Chair,
What?
that is just, if members are in agreement, it's just an administrative thing to just changing the dates. With your permission, I can do it.
Okay.
We're
Chris
just
is gonna-
moving the dates 1 month.
So we'll just change every
Yeah.
date up, bring it up a month.
I'll do
Okay.
that.
Okay, good. So,
I think this would be good.
so they'll be testifying before our committee on.
November, we're going to be in the ballot, right?
Well,
Hopefully.
yeah, but I mean, I sort of want to separate this from the ballot because we might have people who are running for office. Although I guess, if we get flack from the full task force, we could say, well, we could exclude people who are running for office. How do you guys feel about that? I don't see why we couldn't. I mean, in my opinion, having people who are running for office is fine. I mean, a lot of the people who are running for office are good sunshine people. So,
Somebody running for office?
okay.
Somebody in Sunshine was running for office? No, right?
Okay. July 8th. Okay. So do we change anything else? Do we change? I was looking at paragraph 3. I know that Chair Nee said he wanted to really edit this. I was thinking maybe we could, I don't know. Let's see. And I mean, since I'm the chair of this committee, I think we should leave my name in. I suggested maybe Member Nee would be happier about this whole process if we put his name in. What do you guys think? I mean, this is just politics. My name is up at the top as the person who is the contact person on this press release. But we could put Chair Nee's name in instead of chair of the EOTC committee. We could put the chair of the task force. We put Rick Nee's name in. What do you guys think?
Why not both?
Huh?
Why not both?
Doesn't really matter because this will be discussed at the 27 meeting, and Chair Nee is going to rewrite the document. So whatever we put in may or may not stick. He may put in something else.
Why don't we let Rick change it if he wants to put his name in? Let him do it.
Leave it with your name.
Huh?
Leave your name in as.
Leave my name
for
in,
now.
and if he wants to put his name in, that's up to him, and we'll go along with it. Okay. What else? Yeah, I think I don't know. I had some ideas for changing the third paragraph, but I'll just read it to you. I mean, I'm happy to leave it the way it is. Let's see. Going down to line 3, after Sue Cawthon, these awards grow from years of frustration with some entities' lackluster execution of voter-mandated laws, period. Then I would say how I would leave out that have come to be largely ignored or discounted. Then I would say, however, we want to recognize entities that realize that government exists to do the public's business. That's what it says in the preamble to the Sunshine Ordinance, and I think that's, that would just be my thought, and leave out some of the. It sharpens it a little bit. Or not. Anybody have any thoughts? It just seems it cleans up the language a little bit because I mean, Chair Nee, said he wanted to edit our press release. We can say, well, we edited it a little bit and cook out a little bit of the purple prose and made it a little more succinct and quoted from the ordinance. So what do you think?
I think that's fine because he'll look it over and edit it either way, right, Chris?
Yeah, I mean, if Rick
Just
needs.
put-
It is.
Yeah,
It is
add
right
your
now. It is your
suggestion.
document.
Huh?
You can do what you want with it.
Yeah, I mean, I just feel we'll bring it out of here again and say, before we send it out and say we cleaned up paragraph, we shortened and made paragraph 3 more punchy. Okay. So what do I do? Send this to you, Rick? Make a note to myself to new text press release to Chris. When do you need it?
I need it by the 15th, I think.
15th of April?
Yes.
Okay. I'll try and get it to you tomorrow or sooner. Sooner than the 15th. Don't let me forget. Would you send me a reminder? Oh, thank you so much. I was wondering if we could take out that the last sentence. Last paragraph begins, it's the consensus of the committee that bringing the bright light of publicity to sunshine issues will bring significant improvement in compliance. Then to that end, I was wondering if we need to keep in to that end and just hope that the press will be engaged in the process. I mean, obviously we're sending them a press release because we want them to be engaged in the process. What do you think? Leave it in? Take it out? I don't care. We're just a thought.
I just leave it the way it is, right?
Leave it in? Okay. Leave it in. It is. I would put before the, at the beginning of the last paragraph, I would say it was the consensus. Oh, it's okay. Leave it the way it is. The committee. Okay. I would, in paragraph 2, where it says Education, Outreach, and Training Committee, put in parens EOTC. So if we want to use, if we use it again, at least we'll know. Education, Outreach, and Training Committee is a huge mouthful. Anything else? I would just point this out to Chris. The second paragraph from the bottom, after nominations are closed, the nominees will testify before the EOTC at its July 8th meeting. The public will be invited to testify as well. Committee selection will be reviewed by the Sunshine Task Force at its, I would put at its July meeting, which is the 4th Tuesday, right? July meeting actually would be the 26th. It would be there's no, yeah, it is July 26th meeting. July 26th meeting. July 26th meeting. And then we can say the award ceremony. So do we want this selection to be reviewed by the Sunshine Task Force on July 26th, and then at the August meeting we make the awards? Doesn't that make sense? How about second paragraph from the bottom, second sentence, the public will be invited to testify as well. Committee selections will be reviewed by the Sunshine Ordinance Task Force at its July 26th meeting. The award ceremony will be will take place at the task force's August meeting.
During its August regular
24th.
meeting.
1, 2, 3, 4. August 24th meeting will take place at the task force's 8/24 meeting. MTG. Okay. Okay. So we've got a press release. We've got a new press release, folks. Thank you very much. Okay. So what's our next? Number 5. Any public comment on the Sunshine Award schedule? Seeing none, we will move on to number 5.
Item number 5 is status of department head calendar and IDR response items.
I don't know. I don't know whether to pursue this or just sort of let it go. We've carried it forward so much. What the background on this is that a group that I belong to has been making a lot of requests for department head calendars, and also a lot of request for immediate disclosure. And we found that in some departments, it is what is it? It's the policy almost to take that 14-day extension, and that was something that they wanted to talk about at the amendments. That Mr. Grossman, I think, said, and Chemo also said that we should put something in so that departments can't always fall back on that 14-day extension unless it's really voluminous.
Because I read something about that too. If you do a IDR or immediate disclosure, right? They always go back to say, "Oh, we have to discuss with the
Consult
attorney
with another
and the
department.
department
Records are
first."
voluminous. So, yeah, I mean, this is an issue. This is really an issue. I mean, in some cases, it's really legit. In other cases, I think it's a delaying tactic. I mean, we had an example where Rec Park was going to apply for some grant, and there was a deadline of March 1st, and we wanted to see the application because we felt it was bogus. This is my group. And so they delayed it. They took the 14-day extension and they delayed it until after they'd filed the application. So we were, so that was, because they had to consult with another department. Well,
Did they find a violation on that?
Well, we haven't filed a sunshine complaint, but we have written to the state saying, these people have stuff in their application that's bogus, and we didn't have a chance to review it before they filed it. But I mean, this is sort of the thing that can happen when a department routinely takes that 14-day extension. It can be a way of stonewalling. And in other cases, it's really legitimate when they really when it really is a huge, huge request. But a lot of these 14-day extensions aren't huge, huge requests.
So how can you make a decision?
Maybe we just
on
carry this on and see what happens to the amendments. Doyle?
That was what I was going to vote for. Is that this was discussed within the amendments? So
Yeah.
let's carry it forward and see what happens.
Okay, because we can tell them, hey, this is something we've had on our agenda because has been a problem, and we wanted to address it. So if you guys address it in your amendment, we won't have to. Okay. Well, the next item is public comment for items not listed on the agenda.
Public comment.
Oh, public comment on number 5. Seeing none, we will move on to number 6.
Number 6 is public comment on items not listed on the agenda.
Okay. Any public comment? Seeing none, we will move on to number 7.
Item number 7 is committee members' comments, questions, and requests for future agenda items.
Anybody have anything? Doyle?
Not for future agenda items, no.
Okay.
So, well, actually, I got a, comment on. Okay, should I make an announcement saying that last month I did the outreach to the
Chinese
radio station.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was a success. We got a lot of Chinese people called in, actually in the radio station, asking about sunshine.
Really?
And I was really happy. Yeah.
Oh.
And so of course, that talk show really got exposure to the Chinese community on understanding what, they have the rights to get documents from the government. And they were actually asking questions too. But, I'm going to still do, of course, more outreach to the newspapers and
Okay, what was it?
educate the Chinese community
What was
on that.
Okay, with that being said, perhaps you and member Monet and Williams could get together and create like a very successful model to do it with and plan. I emailed sort of a blank plan to Chair Nee for the annual Rules Committee on how to create more awareness for the public as a blank model. Maybe we could agendize that and go over it as a full group, but I don't know how longer we have if people's terms are expiring.
It can always be on the agenda.
Well, so I'll mention this in my report that there was a lot of response on 1400 AM, the Chinese language station about sunshine. Great. And are you going to do something, Doyle?
Not as far as being on a talk show. I haven't really got that far yet. But Marjorie Williams did. And I
Right.
believe that she said that she was going to have the flyer that I had made about sunshine printed in the Grapevine. But I don't know if we have a report back of that.
Oh, what's the grape? Is that the?
It's a
It's the
local
Miss
newspaper.
Valley Grapevine. Oh, okay. We could follow up with her when she comes back. We could find out if that happened. Let's see. Han on. What's the word? It's 1400 AM. Is that what you said? Okay. 1400 AM. SO. Okay. So I'll leave the report and add that. And thank everybody's been so helpful. I mean, I think we're just really doing a lot of interesting things, and I'm very excited about it all. And thank you all for being so helpful. And you with your great, flyer, and you with your great
I think this is a great
outreach.
team.
So it's come along.
Congratulations.
Is it adjourned yet?
Oh, by the way, I should tell you that I
Is
had a
meeting
really good.
adjourned yet?
We're almost, but I had a presentation before North Beach Neighbors, and it was just me because nobody else wanted to do it. But it was very good, and Bevan Duffy's aide was there on some other, for some other purpose. And he said, when I finished, he said, we really observe sunshine. We do it all the time. You know, he really wanted me to like him and know that he was a good sunshine person. So it was Bo Hayward.
Bo. Yeah, I know Bo.
Yeah.
Good old Bo.
Okay. So if we have no further business, by a rising vote, we are in adjournment.